Are they living creatures, alien probes, or some sort of 3D electromagnetic smudge? The theory of air rods came with the height of the early 90s as strange creatures began appearing in the background of videos and photos. Are they extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, or just the result of faulty equipment? Find out on this episode of My Neighbor Mothman.
Cue the music, which I don't know.
All right, welcome to this episode of My Neighbor Mothman.
We've introed it this time.
We've introed it.
We
this
forgot
time.
to last time.
It's fine. It's fine.
They'll know.
They'll figure it
They
out.
click on.
Yeah.
They see the name.
I am Levi. This is Zachary.
Oh God, we didn't intro ourselves either last time. We just really got into it.
We were going. We were going.
Never mind.
So yeah, today we're going to talk about air rods.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So
Never heard of it. Oh, I'm talking in the wrong part of the microphone.
it happens a lot. But before I start this, some people will call them Roswell rods. Now this leans into different areas, right? We're gonna touch on a lot of things that are they creatures on their own?
Okay.
Are they the cause of or result of something else happening? Do they lead into the extraterrestrial side of things? Are they from another dimension?
Is this what you put in the group chat about? You said you had to make a trap for.
No. We were talking about the flat Bigfoot theory.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't read that, because I haven't, it's just that Bigfoot is kind of like Flat Stanley.
Yeah. So if he turns 90 degrees, you can't see him. That's why he's harder to capture on camera.
I seem to remember having a deep hatred for Flat Stanley and ranting about that on Twitter once, and I don't know why.
I have no point of reference on Flat Stanley. I know it's a piece of paper that is a guy.
Yeah. I also hate Yahtzee.
Oh, that's a bold take.
I don't think it's a fun game.
I had a Pokemon Yahtzee as a kid.
I hate you.
It was good. You didn't have to worry about numbers. You just had to match the Pokemon to the...
That's actually kind of cute. I like that.
That's to teach kids how to play Yahtzee. All right.
Teach kids about Pokemon.
So, here, I'm going to start here, right? Prevailing theories.
Okay.
As to what air rods are.
Rods of air. That's my call shot.
So, prevailing theories are as follows. They're atmospheric beasts. Are you familiar with atmospheric beasts?
No.
All right. So there are, if you continue right down the rabbit hole of atmospheric beasts, which we might have to do a whole episode
Like
on.
Ultra Beasts?
Like sky jellyfish.
Like the flying spaghetti monster.
Like sky serpents.
That's...
And like dragons.
I don't want to think about sky serpents. That kind of scares me.
You can find like artist renderings of that sort of thing.
Okay.
Have you seen Futurama?
A little bit.
There's one point where they're in space and there's space whales.
That's cute.
That sort of idea.
You know where else there's space whales, if I remember correctly? Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie. Disney, what are you doing?
Make Treasure Planet 2, cowards.
Make it a live action if you're going to make a...
Who would we cast in Treasure Planet 2? Live action. No, it's just a remake, not Treasure Planet 2.
That's the other podcast.
Which one?
The ones that we don't do anymore.
I'd cast Robert Pattinson.
That's fair.
All right, move on.
But yeah, so that atmospheric beast is an interesting thing. It's like when they die, they don't like fall to the earth; they float up into space, sort of deal.
Scary.
So that would explain the lack of bodies found of these creatures.
Very convenient.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So they float in the sky. They're serpents.
Theory number 2 gets into something that is way above my pay grade and area of study.
Okay.
Which includes extra-dimensional creatures. Creatures from another dimension.
How'd they get here? Do you have that?
Rifts in space-time. It could be a string theory thing.
What if the string theory is just worms?
Oh my gosh. It's time back.
I made a mistake and
Yeah?
tweeted, what's the biggest worm you've ever seen? and I keep getting notifications from Twitter, and I'm very scared.
I got a big worm for you. Yeah, a lot of things are that extra dimensional creatures is a big one. Okay. But yeah, I string theory is way beyond me. I cannot even begin to fathom. They could be electromagnetic fluxes that are occurring in the air from technology, and that's why. So they only started showing up in film once we hit people started noticing them in the 90s.
Okay. So this electromagnetic thing, this is saying that they aren't real. It's just electromagnetism.
It's a basically invisible to the naked eye electronic phenomenon.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like this one's going to confuse me.
You can't see air rods with your eyes.
Gotta see them with your phones. With your cameras.
With your cameras, yes.
It's like an ARG.
I'm pulling up a picture for you. Real quick here. Because...
I'm sorry if this sounds bad. There's just a hair in the microphone.
Here we go. Pretty much they look like this, for the most part.
Okay.
They usually appear to be clear or white in color. They have a artist rendering here.
This is really good for this audio
Google
podcast that
is
we
your
do.
friend, people.
Yeah, look up an air rod, but don't just look up rods.
The artist rendering is they basically look like this.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's like basically a long rod that has wings that undulate down the side, either side of its body.
I like it. It's cute. It kind of looks like a fish.
It kind of looks like a fish, yeah.
I don't know what kind of fish, but it kind of looks like it'd be in the ocean.
Another one is, again, that it's not a living thing at all, but, in fact, an undiscovered fifth state of matter.
Scary.
So, we've got, solid, liquid, plasma, gas, and then Air rod is the fifth undiscovered. We don't know.
No, wait, are they saying that air rod is the fifth matter, or it's made of the fifth matter?
That it is.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, we get to the fun thing, because I have extensive research in my childhood of air rods.
Yeah?
And my theories.
Oh, man.
We haven't done this a lot.
Let's hear the Levi's theories.
So, air rods tend to be seen in film alongside orbs.
Okay, like ghosts.
Like ghosts. And UFO sightings.
That makes sense. It did kind of look like the first one you showed me kind of looked like someone would mistake it for a UFO.
Yeah. So, my theory has always been...
Yes. Let's hear this. I'm so excited about this.
That they are not living, but they are tears in the fabric of space where these things are coming through.
Okay.
So the ghosts coming through
the air rod
cause the air rod to occur. Okay. And a UFO coming all the distance as fast as they are causes the tear in space to create these anomalies in the backgrounds.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good theory there.
It's sort of like I'm losing the thread. Guardians of the Galaxy, they have designated jump points kind of thing. And it would be like that, how in that movie, let's use that as an example. They're like octagons, basically. They're big octagons that everyone can teleport through. It's a big highway in space.
Yours is just a little.
Yeah, it's a
little rectangle.
Yeah. And it's less clean sort of idea. So that there are these it's like what's left of the big tear from them coming through. So a ghost could come through a smaller, just like a single air rod spot. Yeah. That's my theory. Then I've had that theory since I was a little kid.
Are we going to do an episode about ghosts?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Personal experiences with ghosts. We could do a ghost hunt.
We could do a ghost hunt. I figured this will turn into us doing hunts for stuff.
Yeah. That's the goal. That's the big goal. That's like specials and season finales and stuff.
So your big goal is to do ghost hunts. My big goal is for Bigfoot to wear me in a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been thinking about my goal.
Yeah.
I just want to be friends with Mothman.
Yeah, that's fair. We're going to get Mothman on the podcast to do an episode.
Don't you tease me.
But like the artist Mothman on Twitter.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a little bit of description of these little things.
Okay.
So they measure from
Tell me about your rod.
Anywhere from 4 inches to 3 feet in length.
Please tell me about your rod theory.
This is interesting that we did the hogs thing, and then we had the Mongolian deathworm, and now we're talking about rods. There's a lot of phallic creatures that happened in back to back to back here.
Well, not even phallic creatures, but very easy ties
puns.
to fallacy.
Yeah. Falsehoods?
Falsettos?
So there's 4 inches to 3 feet in length.
Sounds about
cylindrical in shape.
right. Like any normal rod?
Yeah. With long wings that go the entire length of its body.
Yep. Flying rod.
Yeah. They rotate. It's sort of, if you imagine a saw blade, right? How it spins. Basically, it's that down the length of its body. Sort of deal.
Okay. All right. I've got it. I'm sorry. I did space out for a second thinking about the Hot Wheels movie.
The Hot Wheels movie.
I don't know why.
Like the ones that were on Cartoon Network? Or Okay.
All right. Back to your rod.
Now here is a interesting thing.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I'm ready.
I went to fold that up and I kind of needed it.
Yep.
That kind of puts a damper on my theory.
Yeah. I guess if they're moving around.
Well, this is the part that they appear to be intelligent. They will not run into stuff. They will not go through objects. They will go around them.
Okay.
Which leans more into the living creature side of things.
Yeah. Well, I guess if it moves at all, probably.
Yeah. But it could, for my thought process when I had my theory here, was it's like when you see lightning coming across.
Okay.
It's moving.
Yeah, but it's not living.
Yeah, it's not living.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up a picture that is the biggest
recorded it. Rod? Tell me about your big rod.
Yeah, no. The biggest problem with rods. And that is
Tell me about rod
this
issues.
image here of a bird with motion blur on it.
Now, for everyone listening, motion blur on a bird does just kind of look like a rod.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your rod issues.
So that would happen. We're gonna get in some technology here.
Yeah, that just looks like a bird.
I'm sure you've seen the picture of a bird in a security camera. Of it looking like it's just floating there.
Oh yeah.
Because its wings are beating at the same refresh rate of the camera.
Yeah.
This would occur when the opposite is occurring. And it would only be a giant blur.
Okay.
So if it's flying from left to right, it would just be a giant blur.
Yeah. Assuming
that its wing beats never match up with the refresh rate of the camera.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's unfortunate. Because that last picture that you just showed me.
But then, see, this is like what a lot of people will end up capturing.
See, now let me get a little closer to this.
So a lot of thoughts are moth in light sort of deal, but it's always in a straight line.
Yeah, but this one's a little weird to me because if you look like second wing down, there's like a little half wing that doesn't look like it's a second little half size thing that doesn't quite look like a wing to me.
Yeah.
That's depressing. Whole time, birds are just rods. Rods are just birds.
Now.
Also, I missed a joke when you were talking about problems with rods.
Yeah.
And I would like to say a rod aisle dysfunction.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. They get seen fairly often is another thing that kind of leads me to think it's more problematic. And you can achieve the same thing
Effect.
by doing what they've done here, which this is a floodlight with a long exposure going. However, this does not explain for moving video.
Yeah.
So anytime the camera is moving and you see one in the background, that wouldn't explain the refresh rate thing that we talked about before.
Yep.
Because it would throw it off.
Okay. Now I'm believing it again.
Yeah. See, this is the fun thing. Is it an optical illusion? Well, it could be, but it could very easily not be with the other science of it. Now, there are people who would do what they would call rod fishing.
Yep. Tell me more.
Yeah, we got to talk about rod fishing. So this is a thing that you can actually do yourself. Go watch an old movie.
No.
So a lot of people will go and watch old movies and TV and like news reports and stuff like that. Just look at the background.
Okay.
And we'll catch rods in the background occurring.
Interesting.
Of like major motion pictures and stuff. Kind of thing. To me, it's a very like interesting thing because it's like as soon as cameras were invented,
these started showing up.
These started showing up in those films without people realizing it until somebody brought it to their attention. Let me see if I can pull up the person's name because he did a whole like lecture.
It's strange to me that I've never seen or heard about this.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you end up like after Ancient Aliens is over on TV, right? You'll start getting things about rods happening.
Okay, that makes sense. That guy from Ancient Aliens,
yeah,
dude, he's got to be rolling in money.
So,
Yep. What's wrong?
Here we go. Jose Escamilla.
Okay.
Claimed to be the first person to film them in 1994 in Roswell, New Mexico.
All right. So that's why they're called Roswell rods.
Yes. While attempting to film a UFO.
Okay, that makes sense.
He embarked on multiple lecture tours to promote his claims.
He talked a lot about his rod.
Yeah, he talked about his rod in front of a lot of people. The China Central Television aired a 2-part documentary about flying rods in China.
Okay.
Reported events from May to June of the same year. Surveillance cameras and all that stuff. And then they showed Jose's videos as well. And when they were able to recreate with security cameras like we were talking about, they caught them.
They caught the rods.
They were moths.
Ah, beans.
Yeah. The for the most part, pretty much has been debunked by the scientific community as solely being problems with cameras and insects in the background.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Are they still caught now in like high definition cameras?
You know, that's a good question.
That's something because if you're saying it's problems with
Let me
cameras,
see.
you would think that they would figure out a way to fix it. Just Google recent rods.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Recent rod pictures. Chris Evans.
doing. Oh, no. Well, that's camera equipment. That's not exactly what I was looking for. That's a shotgun.
What did you Google?
Air rods on camera recently.
And it brought you shotguns.
Mm-hmm. The most recent one is the picture of them doing the long exposure on the floodlight that I showed you of from the Wikipedia article.
All right, I'm gonna dig into this one on my own time because I'm interested. I want to see the most recent. I want to see the most recent video. Is what I want.
Let's see. I have a. This is 2014.
Okay. Cameras are pretty good.
Cameras are pretty good. This is on YouTube. I'm not going to play the audio.
All right. I just wanted...
This
fine.
is what appears to be a trail cam. Okay.
What happened?
Okay, it says video. It is not. It's a camera series. Yeah.
Oh, I see it, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the lights, they're saying they were laser beam. But, yeah, that's the problem. Is a lot of times they're caught
just on stills.
In stills, which technically, if we're going to talk about the way cameras work,
yes. Tell me about cameras.
So, I'm taking a page straight out of Corridor Digital here, in the Corridor crew.
Gotcha.
When they talk about muzzle flashes on guns.
Yep.
So cameras have a rolling shutter, right?
Yes.
Which means that a muzzle flash, you'll only capture about half of it. So that's why on like when you see a gun fire, it'll instead of being the perfect star pattern, like either the top or bottom was cut off.
Okay. It's because of the rolling shutter.
Because of the rolling shutter. Which, unless it is a long exposure photo, like we talked about, you know how people write stuff with the...
Like the Disney Channel thing.
Yeah. Unless it's... I was thinking like 4th of July and they'll do like...
but they kind of do it in the style of like the Disney Channel people used to.
Unless it's a long exposure photo like that, I don't see how you could feasibly capture a bug moving that far across a single frame with a rolling shutter.
That makes sense.
Because even in the background, there would be enough definition with a modern camera to realize that is a thing moving.
Yeah.
And not a single piece.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Yeah. This is the big problem of rods is like there's easy ways to debunk it. But then exactly.
There's easy ways to debunk those debunks.
Yeah. That have to do with the way technology works. In the 90s, impossible to tell what those pictures are.
Yeah.
Anything from 94, anything from sub 2007.
Yeah, and even
cameras sucked back then too. Until we get to 720p, like image quality is terrible.
Trail cams, I've noticed, don't shoot in great quality.
What's that?
Trail cams.
Yeah, no, they're not trying to.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I feel like. Well, I guess it's a different audience.
Yeah,
if you're just like a hunter looking for like, I want to know if there's deer out there.
Yeah, what kind of deer are in this area, sort of thing.
But
how many turkeys we got?
Someone make me a
4K.
A 4K affordable trail cam.
Yeah. See, like that camera right up there is 4K. Shoots in 4K.
Yeah.
It's like $700.
We can watch that on the Xbox Series X. Because it's 4K.
Yeah. Series S, 2K, upscales to 4K.
Yep.
Might as well be as good.
But it doesn't have a disk drive.
Yeah,
we can't get into this. This is the wrong podcast.
Yeah, so that's the biggest problem with AirRods is you can both bunk and debunk them in the same sentence.
Yeah. Now you've created a problem.
Yes.
In my new bit.
Okay.
About these things fighting one another. You've done an episode on something that can't really be fought.
Yeah, it is intangible. It is the eternal stalemate to the Mongolian deathworm.
I don't know if we're ever going to find anything that can beat the Mongolian deathworm.
Yeah. Unless we get something that's like psychic.
Alakazam. This is just going to turn into a Pokemon podcast.
Now, if we get a creature that a Pokemon is based on, that's a whole nother bag of worms.
I'm trying to think.
Abominable Snowman.
Yeah. Why isn't there a Bigfoot Pokemon?
That's the closest you got.
I know.
Bigfoots are too... But they do people Pokemon all the time.
Do they?
Machamp, line.
Machamp has 4 arms.
Sock and throw.
Yeah, sock and throw.
Those are just dudes in karate gis.
Yeah, but you're saying Machamp is a person. Machamp does have
Machop.
4 arms. But
Machoke.
But he turns into Machamp.
Yeah.
Who has 4 arms.
Fair. You don't have 4 arms? The rest of us do.
All right. I didn't come here to be bullied. I came here to talk about fighting.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing is this thing can't if it may not even be a thing. It may just be an anomaly.
The whole part of this the whole thing of this podcast is these things might not be things.
Yeah, that is the bit.
That's the overarching bit that we've done for profit.
This might be a thing.
That is like that one's confused me. This one's going over my head.
Yeah.
In that I feel like if I think about it too much, I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Yeah.
But this is something I will probably research on my own time because, like I said, I do want to see.
There are several television specials solely around these things.
Okay.
That you at home can look up as well, because it's a lot to get into. If you can understand string theory, you can find even more out, and how dimensional rifts theoretically could work, and what are those things called? Overlapping dimensions and that sort of thing. Yeah. Which I'll get into on Ghosts when we do a Ghost episode.
So excited about Ghosts.
That might be a 2-parter, and we each kind of.
Well, I feel like Ghosts is probably going to be something like Bigfoot, which is going to be like we'll probably just continuously come back to it.
Yeah.
Because like with Bigfoot, like with a lot of this stuff, like with Ahul, there's been 3 recorded sightings.
Yeah.
There's always new ghost sightings.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. And air rods, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into this one because I would really like to see the footage of it, and I'd like to see it on like a high quality camera.
Let me see. Yeah, there's not gonna.
We can do this off of the podcast.
Yeah, there will be footage. It will not be high quality.
Well, that's what I want. I want high quality footage. Because if there's never any high quality footage, then that makes it easier for me to believe that it is a camera problem.
Well, this is an app for Facebook Messenger.
I thought you were going to say for Google Podcasts, and I was like, they know.
So this is 6 years ago. Skyfish, air rods, solar entities, UFO HD.
All right, for the people,
and
that just kind of looks like a moth.
Yeah, that looks like a bug. The way it moved was more like a bug.
Yeah. For people who are listening, it is a video that does seem to be kind of purplish.
Yeah, I think it's to counter the green night vision that they're probably running on this.
Yeah. It's a video of Look, I hate to pee on your parade.
Yeah, no.
That looks like a moth.
That looks like a moth, yeah. And that's the thing. Is like you can find better videos.
Ow.
It takes them to it. This is from 2008. Let's see.
My hair's caught in my hat.
Let's see if this is actually a video.
Oh, I just ripped out so many hairs. All right, that looks again.
Yeah.
But what's that in the back there? What's that way back there?
I have no clue. But the thing they're pointing out is the time passing in between each of these.
It's moving quick.
It's moving very fast. It's moving faster than a moth does. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I would say. Because it jumps. Let's see how many frames here. Once we get back to this. Yeah, that's the full speed. He cuts it to half speed here, and it goes frame by frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it goes in 8 frames. It goes fully across the camera and back.
Yeah.
That's very
fast. Speed moth. That's next week's episode.
Hyper Mothra.
I almost, for some reason, I couldn't remember the name Mothra when I was thinking about them fighting. And I was like, did Godzilla fight Mothman? Because I knew he fought something of a moth, but I couldn't remember the name Mothra, and I was like, did he fight Moth? Did he just fight Mothman?
You know what I totally missed bringing up last episode? With bats? Batra. Godzilla fights Batra.
I do remember Batra.
It's evil Mothra. It's a bat.
It'd be cool if Godzilla fought Mothman, though.
Yeah. I think there's a size disparity there.
It's a fake movie.
You remember that comic book where Godzilla played basketball against Charles Barkley?
No, I don't, because I don't read comic books, because I'm not a nerd.
You should look up that
We still
cover.
have to fight. We still have to play the Charles Barkley game.
Oh, yeah. Charles Barkley shut up and jam Gaiden.
Yes.
Chef Boyardee presents Charles Barkley shut up and jam Gaiden.
Yeah, we've got so much to do.
Yeah.
We've got movies to watch.
Once this move is over, things will even back out.
Yeah. Man.
That's all I have for this episode. Air rods are interesting.
No, it's hard to... It's a hard one to get into.
Yeah.
But...
It's easy to both dispute and to counter said disputes.
Yeah.
Which, to me, makes it for a way better, like, argument between people that know.
Which we don't.
Yeah, and that's why we want to bring up these things. You guys can argue in our comments, in ratings on Spotify and whatnot,
and on my Twitter.
Yeah, and
I always
on
need
Twitter
more engagement. We should make a Twitter for this.
Yeah, Mothman, my neighbor Mothman Twitter.
Yeah, I might do that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, if you have high quality footage of an air rod,
yeah, send it in. We'd love to see that.
I don't remember your Twitter handle, but mine is Big Gremlin Hours.
Levi Carver.
That's what I thought. And Levi is with an S at the end. Levis.
Because it's spelled bad.
So yeah, I mean, and you know, I don't know how many people are listening, but if you've got something that you want us to cover,
yeah,
shoot it to me. I don't think my DMs are open.
Hit one of us up on me. Yeah.
I'll pretty much accept anybody.
Just at me, bro.
Oh yeah, or that. That's the way that works. Or text me at, never mind.
And use the hashtag my neighbor Mothman.
Yeah, I'm the only person that uses it right now. Other than I think you used it today.
Yeah. I'll use it in a retweets also.
Yeah. It's good. But yeah, I mean, tweet it. We should set up probably like once we get really into this, probably a Google account and email.
Yeah.
But you can listen on any of your streaming services other than Google and iTunes because they hate us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
They probably know Bigfoot and they don't want us to expose it.
That would explain a lot.
Do you think Steve Jobs was really Bigfoot? Can you prove that he wasn't?
I can't. I've never seen them both at the same time, at the same place.
But no, you can do that. You can watch the videos on Board Nerds YouTube channel. Or you can watch us do this live, twitch.tv/Skeleton Crew Gaming.
Yeah.
We don't really have a set schedule on that, but if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet every time that we do it. Or you can just check in. Yeah. Check into the Twitch channel.
You're always doing something interesting.
Most of the time, yeah. A lot of times it's Valorant.
Lately.
Yeah.
Got Among Us. You gonna start doing that?
I really want... We got to do Fall Guys. We haven't done Fall Guys
Fall Guys, yeah.
Now we're just on a different rant.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is my neighbor Mothman.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm Zachary.
I'm Levi.
Lock your doors. Don't step on worms. What's your thing for air rods? This is my new other bit.
Watch out. They're around you right now.
Don't have cameras.
They're around you right now.
Film everything or don't have cameras. Those are the only two options. And don't step on worms, I beg of you. They're poisonous and scary. End the podcast. End it. End it while I'm doing this. It's over. I'm scared of worms. I'm so scared of worms. And don't tweet me bad things. I just wanted to see big worms.